Bose Jabra. The Jabra Evolve2 85 is one of the top contenders in the market today for wireless office calls. The integrated boom mic that tucks in neatly adds to the attractiveness of this headset. But even with that, it is no way near the all-round attractiveness of the Bose 700, which is simply a gorgeous headset. So then the Bose 700 UC, a very capable headset without a boom mic, but with beam-forming mics that are magically engineered by the folks at Bose to pick up your voice like a boom mic without the boom mic. But are they actually good enough to substitute a boom mic? I really do hope so, because I personally prefer the Bose 700 as a headset and would prefer to start using that for my calls instead. So, how do these two headsets compare, and which one is the better option for your office calls? Let's find out in this comparison review between the Bose 700 UC and the Jabra Evolve2 85. In this review, I will compare these headsets head to head, and then run a series of audio quality tests in both a quiet and noisy environment, so you can judge for yourselves which one is better. If you are interested in a detailed review of each of these headsets, please check the video description where I'll put links to those reviews. Before we start, and just to keep things interesting, let's keep score and see how many points each headset tallies at the end. This isn't by any means a scientific method, and yes, some aspects, like voice quality, should arguably have more weight than aesthetics. But to keep things simple, we'll think of the score as simply how many things Bose gets right versus how many things Jabra gets right. So let's get started. Case. The cases are somewhat similar. The Bose might be a little larger, but the Jabra is definitely thicker. The material seems to be very similar. Looking inside though, and this is where Bose's attention to detail and design starts to show. The Jabra has a single pocket to store the accessories, and also a Velcro organizer for the cables, the airline adapter, and the Bluetooth dongle. Well, that's okay, I guess. But then you look inside the Bose case, and you find a hidden magnetic compartment for the cables. It's a very classy touch from Bose, and much preferred to Jabra's solution. Point for Bose. Aesthetics and design. The Jabra looks like your run-of-the-mill headset, nothing special at all, and certainly does not exude an aura of $500. You look at the Bose though, and you instantly realize you're in the presence of premium. The design, the material, the colors, the look and feel, it's all gorgeously premium. Point for Bose. Accessories. The Bose comes with a USB-C charging cable, a 2.5mm to 3.5mm audio cable, and the USB Link Bluetooth dongle if you get the UC version. The Jabra adds to that an airline adapter, which Bose used to supply with the QC35s, but for some reason doesn't anymore. Jabra also gives you the option to purchase a desktop stand, which is a much more convenient way of charging the headphones over plugging them in. So, point for Jabra. Comfort. The Bose is simply more comfortable. Not as comfortable as the QC35 was, but still in my opinion way more comfortable than the Jabra. At 254 grams, the Bose 700 also weighs less than Jabra, which sits at 286 grams. The combination of design, material used, and weight contributes to Bose's comfort superiority over the Jabras. Point for Bose. Audio quality. Well, this is very subjective and hard to differentiate. I personally slightly prefer the sound quality of the Bose, but someone else might not like Bose's audio signature and prefer Jabra's. For that, I'll call it even and give a point to each one for audio quality. Ease of use. Some people might not like the touch controls and prefer actual buttons. I initially thought the same as well. But then, using both headsets, I think I like the touch control more than fumbling to reach buttons with a Jabra. Point for Bose. Battery life. Bose has a claimed 20-hour battery life, while Jabra claims 37 hours. So that's an easy point to Jabra. Noise cancellation. Bose was the reigning king in the game for so long. The market caught up in recent years, yes, but Bose is still a top contender in this area and has a ton of experience under their belts. That's not to say that Jabra's noise cancellation is bad, it's not at all, but I do think Bose's is just better. Plus, you get 11 increments of variable noise cancellation with Bose, which you don't with a Jabra, so point for Bose. Call quality. Well, let's get to arguably the most important comparison between these two. How do they sound? Let's start off with the Bose 700 in a quiet environment.
This is a test of the audio quality of the Bose 700 in a quiet environment. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Now let's switch over to the Jabra Evolve2 85 with the ear cup mics. This is an audio test of the Jabra Evolve2 85 ear cup mics in a quiet environment. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Now let's extend the boom mic and see how that sounds. This is a call test of the Jabra Evolve2 85 with the boom mic in a quiet environment. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Now let's see how they perform in a noisy environment. Now we're back to the ear cup mics on the Jabra Evolve2 85, and let's see how these perform in a noisy environment. This is a test of the Jabra Evolve2 85 ear cup microphones in a noisy environment. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Now again, let's extend the boom mic and see how that performs in a noisy environment. This is a call test of the Jabra Evolve2 85 with boom mic in a noisy environment. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. Where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Now let's see how the Bose 700 UC perform in the same noisy environment. This is a test of the audio quality of the Bose 700 UC in a noisy environment. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper where is the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? And now for the vacuum cleaner test, which simulates a constant low-frequency noise and also simulates your partner's sudden yearning for spotless, dust-free floors the second you jump in on a conference call with the boss. This is an audio test of the Bose 700 UC in a noisy environment with the vacuum cleaner. A pack of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
So now let's do the same test with the ear cup mics first. This is an audio test of the Jabra Evolve2 85 ear cup mics with a noisy vacuum cleaner in the background. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, Where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Now let's extend the boom mic. And this is a test of the Jabra Evolve2 85 with the boom mic extended and a noisy environment with the vacuum cleaner on. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Okay, let's take this to the next level. One more test. You're on a call and your kids decide to dry their hair. Here's the hairdryer test. This is an audio test with the Jabra Evolve2 85 with the boom mic extended and a noisy environment with the hairdryer on. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Finally, let's see how the Bose 700 UC does against the hairdryer. This is an audio test of the Bose 700 UC in a noisy environment with the hairdryer on. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Yeah, it's been a tough one. I listened to the audio recordings over and over again, and it's been tough. Partly because I really wanted the Bose to win. I just love the headset more. But it's not that simple, and I really don't know who to give the point to. But here's what I decided to do. Bose, I feel, has a more natural sound. Your voice just sounds more natural. While the Jabra, it sounds slightly robotic, like it's coming out of a phone. So for voice clarity, I'll give a point to Bose. In terms of the mic's ability to cancel out background noises, here's where Bose is purely magical in those beamforming mics' ability to pick up your voice, separate it from the background, and suppress the background. And the fact that they do that without a boom mic makes it even more remarkable. I found the suppression of background noise slightly superior to that of Jabra's. So for background noise suppression, I will also give a point to Bose. However, since the Jabra has a boom mic that's sitting right next to your mouth, your voice is actually picked up louder. So yes, the Bose sounds more natural. Yes, it sounds clearer as well because of the background suppression, but the Jabra is able to pick up your voice higher. Even though the background noise is not as suppressed as it is with the Bose, it's still picking up your voice higher. So I will give Jabra a point here on the volume of your picked up voice. So we end up with 8 points for Bose and 4 points for Jabra. Again, this is not to say that the Bose is twice as good as the Jabra. The point system is just a haphazard way of just saying how many different things Bose does well versus Jabra. And it's not surprising that Bose ends up with 8 in Jabra 4, as I do believe the Bose is all in all a superior headset. But since I broke down the points to specific features, then I guess it's easier for you to pick what you consider a winner based on what matters most to you. I hope this review was helpful. Please let me know in the comments section below if you have any comments or questions. And as always, if you like this video, please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you'd like to see more of this content. This encourages me to continue creating such content. Until next time, cheers.